Now we are being told that the Prime Minister, before he left for India, he promised that he was going to get money and that he would come back and pay back all that was left. This is most unfair to invent such a story. I had listened very carefully to everything that the Prime Minister said. He said he is going right now to India. He will study the situation and find out what best can be done for those persons. When he comes back, he will continue to study and see what means can be available. He never said he was going to beg from India to come and reimburse people who have acted diligently with their own money today as if we are indebted to them. So far I am concerned, I was telling my ministers not to pay anyone. Wait until everything is over, what asset is left, what money is left, then to be shared equally among them all. But unfortunately, my ministers were responsible to look after that. In those days, they didn't pay heed to everything. They said, yes, yes, don't worry. And in some cases, they did exactly the contrary, what should be done. And I always said to them that no money whatsoever should be used from public funds insofar as the BAI matter is concerned. And they always promise that rest assured, there will be no cent taken. And what do we see today? That's why I'm sorry that Rasi Badai is not there. The leader of the opposition must look at himself in the mirror. And if he is sincere with himself, he cannot shirk his responsibility with regards to the BAI affair. BAI, if I may call it, scam. In reply to a P&Q by the then leader of the opposition, Honorable Béranger, on 21st November 2013, Honorable Xavier Duval, then Minister of Finance, took umbrage at the mention of the possibility of Ponzi schemes in the insurance sector. He even went on to the extent of assuring this House that BAI is a company, these are his words, is a company that is regulated, that its financial statement for 31st December 2012 showed 6 billion of excess assets over liabilities. Well, if that were correct, it can't be true. I put the question, did he tell the truth? Or did he mislead the House? I asked him the question today, Madam Speaker. Yeah,
on the point of order, it is true.
It's a point of clarification.
It is misleading. I did not mislead. It is true, and the Prime Minister should withdraw that. Because I will produce the financial statements tomorrow. It is absolutely 100% true. And there's a question tomorrow on the role of the auditors. I don't know which minister, and I don't know if he's traveling, otherwise he should stay and listen, and he might learn something.
I won't withdraw anything. I will only withdraw when I get the truth in black and white in front of me that this honorable leader of the opposition was correct. So long I don't get that, I take it for granted that all the information I have...
When I have spoken, you have ruled yourself, that when I say the word mislead, I must produce the document to prove that I am misleading. I'm saying someone is misleading. The Prime Minister is reversing the role. This is not correct. If he has information that I misled the House, he should produce it. It's not for me to produce it.
Honourable Leader of Opposition, what you just said is a point of clarification. And on a point of clarification, there is no debate. So understand. Please proceed.
Well, Madam Speaker, I made myself very clear. Let me inform the House that the then Minister of Finance was fully aware of the situation with regards to the BAI. In its report in 2012, the IMF drew attention to the investment vehicles being operated by the BAI and stressed on the fact that there are potentially serious issues for the policyholders, depositors, and investors, and that the weaknesses that allowed the problem to remain unresolved could also result in more serious failure of a systemically more important institution. Honorable Duval cannot pretend he was not aware. He has been condoning the acts of the cronies of the former Prime Minister. He cannot come and blame us now for the crime that had been committed against the country. Similarly, Madam Speaker, the former leader of the opposition, Honorable Béranger, cannot blame us for the BAI scandal. He himself referred to the BAI Ponzi in his PQ of 21st November 2013. He showed concern for what was being condoned by the Labour PMSD government. He has to be consistent with himself. Madam Speaker, let me now come to the Betamax case. The opposition is more interested in knowing how government will pay damages to the promoters. Well, damages if we have to pay. But then I can put the same question. All these millions that were lost in Mauritius, STC, Mauritius, Beijing. How was it paid? Who paid? But it's obvious. If it has to be paid, it will be paid the same way. Why not? But what we are doing, we are investing. The people will get the benefit of it. Whereas what was paid for hedging, what benefit was got from that? People must think twice before talking. The opposition is more interested in knowing how government will pay damages to the promoters. They do not want to know how the country was being looted by the cronies of the Labour Party. They are not interested to know in what obscure circumstances the Betamax deal was struck. In this case also, I want to tell the nation that we have acted in the best interests of the country on the basis of facts and figures that were before us when the matter was discussed at the level of government. I wish Honorable Badin will confirm when he addresses the House that he presented the case to us and convinced government to terminate the contract. Honorable Badin cannot now put the responsibility on the Attorney General and the Prime Minister. We took a collective decision and Honorable Duval never disapproved it, either in cabinet or outside. This is the truth. As a responsible government, we did what we thought was right. Since the termination of the contract, the STC has saved 600 million rupees over the 2 years in terms of transportation costs for our petroleum products. I read in the papers the comments of the former Prime Minister, the Snook man, where he is reported to have said that this government is putting a burden on the taxpayers with damages to be paid to the promoters of Betamax. The population knows pretty well who had overburdened the country and the taxpayers. People have certainly not forgotten that only with irresponsible hedging transactions at the STC and Mauritius, these institutions lost a massive 11 billion rupees. The population has had to bear the brunt.